Hello all, my name is Krish Naik and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, we are going to continue the LangChain series, and in this video we are going to create an amazing end-to-end RAG project with the help of open source LLM models and Groq inferencing engine. An amazing project altogether. Over here I'm going to show you many more things, and the best part is that many of you were specifically requesting only for open source LLM models. So here I will try to show you from embedding to using all the open source LLM models. Along with that, what exactly is Groq inferencing engine, we'll also discuss about it. So here is the Groq inferencing engine. If you don't know about Groq, it is on a mission to set the standard for Gen AI inferencing speed, right? And it specifically uses something called as LPU, language processing unit. Okay, it is a new type of end-to-end processing unit system that provides the fastest inference for computationally intensive application with a sequential component to them. Why it is so much faster than GPU? Because it solves two LLM bottleneck. One is compute density and memory bandwidth. I've already created a detailed video before and spoken more about what exactly is LPU inferencing engine. But now it's time that we go ahead and implement some amazing solutions out here, right? So let me go ahead and let me implement this end-to-end project. And this project here, I'm going to probably use Streamlit over here so that you can actually see it in a form of web application. So first of all, as usual, what I will do is that I will go ahead and see in the requirement.txt. Here you can see Groq is also available, and along with that we'll also be using LangChain Groq. So both this is the most important part, along with that BS4 beautiful soup 4, so that we'll be also able to scrap from a website. So that is what I'm actually going to do in my project. So here you can see in Groq I will create one folder that is called as, or one file that is called as app.py. Now quickly let me go ahead and start the coding over here. First thing first, I will first of all go ahead and import all the important libraries, like import Streamlit as st. Along with that, along with Streamlit, I'm also going to go ahead and import OS. Okay. Now, the first thing that you actually require is the API access. So click on the API access of Groq and you will be able to access it completely for free. So once you go to this API access page, you'll be able to see that there is something called as self-serve through playground on Groq. So Groq Cloud also gives you a playground. Along with this, if you really want to use it for a commercial purpose, then you can see currently Llama 270B, that is 70 billion parameters, gives you 4096 context length, and the response that you will be probably getting is 300 tokens per second. This is quite fast when compared to OpenAI, ChatGPT specifically, and the price per 1 million token is somewhere around $1.70.80. Similarly, Llama 27B, you can see 750 tokens per second. Then Mistral is there, 480 tokens per second. Gamma 7B, which is basically having 8K context length, and this is somewhere around 32K context length, right? 820 tokens per second, and the price is also very much minimal. So as usual, see, you can see Groq has also demonstrated 15 times faster LLM inferencing performance on an artificial intelligence.ai leaderboard compared to the top cloud-based providers. So this is awesome, and you should definitely know this. So in order to create the API, I will go ahead and click on the playground on Groq. Once you go over here, you'll be able to see the button of APIs. So just go ahead and click on create API, give the API name, and just click on submit. Once you do that, you'll be getting an API name itself, right? And this API, this secret key only, I will be specifically using in my environment variable. So I'll show you step by step. Already I have created those kind of API keys. So please make sure that you also update your environment variable. I'll tell you with what name you really need to update, right? Now here we have done this. Now since we are going to use this Groq with chat Groq itself, and that is already present in LangChain, right? So here what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to write it from LangChain underscore Groq import chat Groq. Okay, chat Groq. So this is the chat. Oh, here I have made a spelling mistake. LangChain underscore Groq. Okay, import chat Groq. So chat Groq is like how we use chat OpenAPI. Similarly, chat Groq is also there for this purpose. As you all know that I'm going to probably take a website and read all my content from that specific website itself, right? So here what I'm going to do is then again from LangChain underscore community, I'm going to use web-based loader again from LangChain underscore community. Then I'm going to use document loaders. As you know, this is the first data ingestion technique that we can actually use. Import web-base document underscore loaders, web-based loader. Okay, So I will specifically use this particular LangChain underscore community dot document underscore loader is import web-based loader. Along with this, what I'm actually going to do, as I said, I'm going to only use open source models. So first of all, let's go ahead and do this, and I'm going to use LangChain. And one of the embedding technique that I'm specifically going to use is Ollama embedding, because it is completely for free. It is an open source itself. So LangChain underscore community dot embeddings import Ollama embedding. So here you don't even have to worry about anything about OpenAIs, right? So Ollama embeddings, I'm going to use it over here. Along with this, what we can do is that since we are going to read the entire document and convert that into smaller chunks, so for that I will be using recursive character splitter. So again, from LangChain under dot LangChain dot, again I'm seeing the documentation, guys, so I need to know where this library is actually present, the recursive character text splitter. So from LangChain, I will be using dot text splitters, dot text splitter, and here I'm going to import a recursive character text splitter. Okay, so this is another library that I'm going to specifically use for this purpose. And as you know that I've already shown you how to use create stuff document chain. So for that also I will be using from LangChain, dot chains dot combine documents import create stuff document chain. Okay, so this is the another library that I'm actually going to use. Along with this, I'll create my own custom chat prompt template. So again, from LangChain dot underscore code dot prompts, I'm going to import LangChain underscore code dot import a chat prompt template. Okay, so chat prompt template I'm going to use along with this. And as you know, after creating the document chain, I also have to create the retrieval chain. So from LangChain dot chains, come on, yeah, from LangChain dot chains. Okay, sometimes, all the time when I'm writing LangChain, there is a spelling mistake. Come on. Okay, import create retrieval underscore retrival underscore chain. Okay, so yes, one more libraries with respect to this. I'm going to use all the specific things for my purpose, and as you all know that I'm also going to use one more thing so that I'll be able to load all the environment variables. So from dot env import load underscore dot env, I'm also going to import os. I've imported os. So load underscore dot env, I'll just load this so that all my environment variables will loaded. And one of the environment variables that I'm going to specifically use is Groq API. Okay, so let me load the Groq API key. Okay, so that whatever I'm specifically running, I'll be able to use the open source LLM models from this specific inferencing engine. So here, let me go ahead and write Groq underscore API underscore key is equal to os dot environment. Okay, and here I'm going to use Groq underscore API underscore key. That basically means whatever Groq API key I've taken, I've written in my environment variable with this key is equal to whatever my API key I've got from that particular website. So, okay, so you also have to really do the same thing. Okay, so whatever key you actually get, you have to take this in the name and you have to probably go into your environment variable. So environment variable is somewhere here, and just assign this with that whatever key name, because I have created a lot of key over there. And since we are continuing the LangChain series, I'm going to probably do in this specific project itself. Okay, so once this is done, here one more thing I'm going to specifically use in Streamlit. I'm going to use something called a session state. So all those things I'll also be doing with respect to this. Okay, and that will also help you to understand. So here I'm going to write if vector not in, okay, st dot session underscore state. I'm going to create some session states so that you'll be able to understand. So first thing that I'll be creating with the session state is nothing but my Ollama embedding, and probably you'll also get an idea in this video about many things, session states and Streamlit and all. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to create my embeddings. This embeddings I'm going to assign to my Ollama embeddings. Okay, so this is the first parameter that I'll be using. Then I'll be using session loader. So session underscore state. Okay, and along with this dot loader, so I will load some information from my website. Now what website I'm actually going to consider, let's see. Initially I've used some kind of websites over here, At least somewhere I've used some websites. Let's pick up any of the website over there. Okay, I'll probably take previous examples. This is done. Agents is the agent. Let's see what example I've actually taken. Okay, let's pick up this website. Okay, so I'm going to use web-based loader along with this website. Okay, so here I'm going to write web-based loader, and here will be basically my website link. Okay, so I'm actually reading the content from this website. Okay, so let me quickly open it over here for you so that you'll be also able to see it. Okay, so it's a docs.smith chain lang chain, some information I want from here, so I will try to pick it up from here itself. Okay, so this becomes my loader. Now after getting the loader, what we really need to do is that we need to from this particular website we need to get the entire documents. So I will create another session underscore state. Okay, dot docs, and I will say loader dot not loader, it should be this one, st dot session state dot loader dot load. Okay, so once I load it, again the same thing, whatever we have specifically done. Now after getting the docs, what we have to do is that we have to probably use this st dot session underscore state. Now what we specifically do after that. We get the final documents or chunk documents, right? So I'll write chunk documents, because I need to do over here as recursive character splitter, right? So here I'm going to use recursive character splitter, and here inside this recursive character splitter I have to probably consider this as my docs. Okay, over here I will probably be assigning my, or instead of writing this chunk underscore documents, I will write text splitter. So this will basically be my text splitter. Here I will be using chunk underscore size is equal to 10,000 or 1,000. I'll go and write chunk underscore overlap will be somewhere around 200, right? So this is done. Good. We have our text splitter. Again, that is also saved in the session itself. So now I'm going to basically go ahead and write st.session session underscore state, and here I'm going to create my final documents. Okay, and this final documents will be used along with this st.session state.text underscore splitter, and here we are going to basically use dot split underscore documents. Okay, and we are going to probably take the documents over here. Documents is nothing but all the documents that is available over here. Along with this, we are going to use the embedding, that is nothing but st.session underscore state dot embeddings, right? Embeddings, I think it should be coming up, right? I think it is the same thing, st.state.embeddings, right? So this basically becomes your final document. Okay, so final documents, and here you can probably see all the things are available, right, with respect to all the session states that are basically getting created. Now the next thing that I also need to do after probably getting the form, all the documents form, then I have to really convert that into vectors also and store it in a vector store. So from LangChain underscore community, inside this community I'm going to specifically use my vector stores. Okay, so lang all the time. C will be coming before G. So how many of you are also doing the same mistake like me? Okay, so from this one, I'm going to import fires. Okay, now this fires that I've actually initialized, again, I'm going to store it inside my session underscore state dot, I'll name it as vectors, is equal to, I'll be using fires dot from documents, and inside this, as you know that since we are going to use this functionality of from documents, two important things I have to really give. One is all my documents, all my final documents. So here I will give my first parameter as final documents over here. Okay, and the second one that I'm specifically going to give is nothing but my embeddings, right? So this will specifically be my embeddings, right? Done. So this is perfect. Here you'll be able to see that I'm able to see all the documents, everything as such, and this is all in short my these vectors will get created. Now I can probably ask any questions from this particular vectors. Okay, but since I really need to create this as an end-to-end project, so I'm going to use multiple things. One is st.title. Okay, and here I'm going to basically use chat Groq, chat Groq demo. Okay, chat Groq demo. Now let me go ahead and create my LLM. My LLM is nothing but chat Groq, and inside this I'm going to specifically take my Groq underscore API key, which will be initialized to my Groq underscore API key, right? So whatever Groq underscore API key, I'm actually getting it. Okay. Along with this, the model that I'm going to specifically use, there are multiple models as already said over here. So let me check out what all models are there. So you have this Gamma 7B IT, right? Or you have this Mistral 87B 32768. So I will use Gamma 7B IT. So let me quickly go ahead and over here, and let me write in my name. Model underscore name is equal to, so Gamma, I think it is capital letter, Gamma 7B. So this will be Gamma 7B IT. I think spelling is right? It's capital IT. Is it capital IT or 1T? Okay, if it does not work, I'll change the model name. No worries. I have 3 other options. Capital IT. Okay, I think it should be capital IT. Okay. So once this is done, my Groq, my model name, everything is basically created. Then this is my LLM models. Now what I will do is that I will also go ahead and create my prompts. So let me go ahead and write prompt chat prompt template dot from template. So there are also some templates that is defined. You can also create chat prompt template from scratch. Okay. So I will say answer the question or, so here I'm going to basically use some context also. Answer the questions based on the provided context only. Okay. So here I'll write, please provide the most accurate response based on the context. Okay, so this will basically be my thing. And one very important thing is that I can also specify based on the question. Okay, now let me go ahead and define my context. So here I will basically define my context, and this will be ending over here. So let me go ahead and write it. So this will basically be my context, and here I can give my context like this. Now the next thing that I usually give is nothing but my question, which will be my input parameter over here, right? So this will basically be my input. Okay, so this becomes my chat prompt template. This is very good. Now, as you know, what are the next steps? We have to probably use document chain. So I will go ahead and use document chain over here. Then I will specifically use all the vectors in the form of as retrieval, right? So that this is just like an interface to probably read all the data context that I specifically get from this particular vectors. Now, since we are using all these things, right? Like we are using this chat prompt template, we are using some context based information, then document chain, retriever, and create retrieval chain will also come into existence. Now, create retrieval chain, already I have explained in my previous video. Here I'm going to combine my document chain and the retriever. So both of them will be specifically combined. And now I will go ahead and probably write my prompt. Prompt will be st.text underscore input, and here I'm going to define my input your prompt here. So guys, now next step, what I can actually do is that LLM is ready, my prompt is ready, my retrieval chain is ready, everything is ready. Now all I have to do is that I will write if prompt. Okay, if the prompt is there, I will go ahead and write my response. Okay, and with respect to response, I will be using this retrieval chain. So let me go ahead and write retrieval chain dot invoke. Okay, and whatever input I'm specifically giving, right, with respect to this particular input, and that should be in the form of dictionaries. Okay, and here I'm going to write input colon prompt, right? So done. So this is also done. Perfect. I'll be able to get the response over here. Now, it's always the best way that if I really want to get the response, right, I go ahead and probably use some timer out there, right, so that you'll be able to see it, like how much time it is probably taking. So import time, I have to imported time over here. Now, as soon as probably I go ahead and hit the prompt itself, right, as soon as I press enter, so timer should probably start over here. So I'll write starter time dot process time. Okay, so this will basically be my process time over here, and then I will go ahead and write print. Okay, or I don't have to print also over here, nothing. Okay, what time it will start and all, we can probably do it, but again, I can go ahead and write print response time colon. Okay, and whatever is the response time, I can specifically do the subtraction over here itself, right? And here I can just write something like this, the current time, that is time dot process time. Okay, process time minus start, or whatever is the start time, right? So I can specifically get this, and I'll be getting the response itself. And once I get the response, I will go ahead and write st.write, and this will basically be my response of answer. Okay, whatever answer I'm specifically getting. Okay, so yes, almost done each and everything over here, and I think we'll be able to get all the things with respect to this. But again, it is a good idea that you also try to create an expander where you probably get all the context also, what it is basically getting retrieved. So a small 4 to 5 lines of code that I will be adding it over here, right? With a Streamlit expander, you can see I'm taking up all the context. From that context, I'm taking the page content and displaying it over here. Right, now let's go ahead and run this. I think it should be working absolutely fine. Amazing end-to-end project where we definitely learn a lot of things. And here finally you'll be able to see Streamlit run agents, app.py, right? But I think it should be running. And we'll see the speed, because the speed will be the most important thing. So let me go ahead and cd Groq, and now same thing I will go ahead and write. Now I feel the most excited thing that I will probably be excited about this application is how quickly I'm able to get it. So TextSplitter.split documents take 2, position number 3 were given. Let's see. This kind of errors usually comes, but it's okay. Recursive text splitter, is it regarding recursive text splitter? Split the documents. Okay, where did I give 3? Splitter documents, let me see in the documentation. But again, this kind of errors will definitely be coming up. Okay, here I don't require embeddings. Okay, so one is only required. I just saw the document, so that's it. Okay, sometime it happens, but it's okay. Now probably whatever question I asked from here, okay, let's see. I will go ahead and ask this. Now I think it should be running. Let's see. It's stopping. It's a second. But there are a lot of content from here, so that is the reason I think it is taking so much of time. I think for the first time, for the indexing purpose, it is probably taking a lot of time. Let me delete this once again. Terminal, let me do one thing, okay? Let me to just improve the performance, right? I will just not take all the documents over here. I will just take some documents, okay? Let's probably take the initial 50 documents. That is how I'm going to probably do it, okay? Initial 50 documents. If we are able to do that much, I think it will work out. I don't want the maximum number of files that will probably create me a problem over here. Okay, so command prompt, let's see, open cd Groq. Okay, Streamlit. I think it will take some time, because I'm saying that as soon as the page is getting loaded, this needs to be embedded or indexed. Okay, so Streamlit run app.py. Let's see if this works faster. I will not show you the other one then. Probably it will take some time, because the entire website is basically getting indexed. And let's see how much time that vectors will probably get created. That is how things are basically happening over here. Because we are taking the first 50 documents, but I hardly see that 100 to 200 documents, because it's a big website, this document.smith.langchain, right? So you can see this is a big page. And there's so many things that is already available over here. Okay, let's see how things goes ahead. And Okay, st.session has no attribute vector. Did you forget to initialize it? Okay, one more error. One more error. Okay, let me see. Store vectors. Okay, vectors is used over here. Let me see. Okay, vectors. I understood the error. It's okay. We can understand the error. Okay, now I've again reloaded it. It is going to take some time, I think hardly 10 to 15 seconds, because it is going to index this entire page. And for the first time indexing, it is going to take that much time. So guys, whenever I'm probably searching things, right, and it is giving me some of the document similarity search, but with respect to the summarization from the LangChain, it is not coming up. I find out that one of the reason is that Gamma 7b model, it has a very less context length, So if I probably consider over here and probably seen the API access, right? There are multiple models that we have specifically used, right? One is Mistral 8 into 7b, Gamma 7b, only 8K context length, 32K context length. Let's do one thing. Let's try some other model over here, okay? The Mistral model, and see whether it will be improving the performance or not, or whether it will be improving the accuracy or not. So you should be knowing all these things. I'm not going to edit any part of the video over here, so that you get an idea like how things works. And here now let me go ahead and run this and reload it completely, and now we will try to see it, okay, how the accuracy is. But again, we are going to focus over here and see that how things are with respect to this, right? But at the end of the day, it is being able to provide this context, whenever I ask any specific question based on that context. So I can just ask how to install a Langsmith, how to create an API key, how to set up an environment, something like that, okay? So here, how to set up an environment. So let's go ahead and work it out. I think it should be there, okay? It should be able to probably give me some kind of response at least now. And again, let's see this part also. Okay, it's working. But I think the document similarity search and everything will be able to see it, okay? And along with that, you'll also be seeing many more things, right? So many things that you can probably search out of it. So let's see. I think for the indexing purpose only, it is probably taking time. So the response time is less. See, to set up an environment, this, all the information are specifically over here. So this looks absolutely amazing, absolutely good, and that is how you can actually do it. And just you can imagine like what happens if you probably take an open source LLM models with a higher context length, right? So definitely try it out from your end. Again, you can ask any questions as such. Let's ask one more question over here. How to create an API key? Okay, how to create an API key? Create an API key, and if I execute it, so here you can actually see the response is there. And to create an API in Langsmith, you can follow the following steps. All the content that is present in the website is shown here. You can probably see the entire document similarity search, right? So I hope you like this particular video about this particular end-to-end project. If you like it, please do make sure that you hit like, share with all your friends. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you and all. Take care. Bye bye.